Day one of the Intel Extreme Masters is over. We've had a very rough journey from the beginning. The whole crew was up from 7 o'clock. But let's wrap up the day. I'm here with Kevin Rotterdam van der Kooi, who has promised to actually get a Protoss tattoo should a Protoss player win the event. Is that true?
Yes, this is true.
Why did you do that?
Because I believe Protoss is too weak right now.
All right, Protoss is too weak, but we've got a Protoss player actually topping the group with a perfect 5-0 score, 10-0 in maps. So is Protoss really that weak? Is Ace actually a surprise for you?
Yeah, to be honest, he is. I did expect him to be good, but I had no idea how good. But his game just seems super solid. He plays different, very different from the European Protosses. A style which I actually thought would be vulnerable against a certain style. Then Moro exactly played this style that I sort of announced the stream as well, and he still fought it all. So yeah, it kind of surprised me. But yeah, no, very impressive play. 5-0, 10-0, I believe. Now it's insane, ridiculous almost. Very, very impressive.
Is it surprising to you that he also beat Idra, a Code S player? And Ace obviously lost his first game in Code A.
Yeah, that's. But I already spoke with Idra, and he said, to be honest, there are lots of Koreans right now who are not even in Code A. They are not even in any league, but they are better than quite some of the players who are currently in Code S. That's just because many people gathered a lot of points in the first 2 seasons when the level wasn't that high yet. Right now, the Koreans are just improving massively, massively, and there are lots of really good players in Code A, and even a couple of really good players who are not even in Code A. So I guess this says it all. That doesn't mean that they are like better than Nesty, MVP, whatsoever, but this just shows that the difference is probably not that big, and a guy like this can easily do well in Code S as well.
What's the biggest surprise of today? Maybe the fact that White Rod did not make to the playoffs, or is it actually Ace winning the group?
Yeah, combination of both. Hard to say which one is the biggest surprise. I am a bit shocked with White Rod not making out of the group, but it's not the biggest upset there ever was either, just because Group A was just really, really stacked, and yeah, it was a really tough group. I did know that he would struggle quite a bit against Idra. I kind of expected that, because I do believe that if Zerg plays a certain style against how the European Protosses are playing at least, that Zerg is really damn good, and that's what Idra exactly showed. He did beat Moro. That he lost against Tarzan is a small surprise to me, and I also think kind of unnecessary actually. If I look at Game 3, perhaps got a little impatient. I think Wydra going out is not as much as an upset as Ace going 10-0. I don't think many people would have called that one.
All right, what are you going to remember from day one from the StarCraft tournament?
I think just the ending. While actually we were all wondering if Wydra or Moro would go through, and then we actually didn't even think of Tarzan anymore, but then Tarzan actually beating Wydra while Moro also lost, and actually we thought that as long as Wydra wins this game and Idra beat Moro, then yeah, Moro is out, Wydra goes on, and actually it turned out totally the other way around. 3 guys ending with 2-3, just showing how close this group really was. Yeah, I think the best was safe for last.
Can you imagine the final being Ace versus Idra? Ace is in the semi-final, Idra in the quarter-final versus the winner of Group B.
Yeah, I can actually imagine it. It wouldn't be too surprising, but I'm really looking forward to tomorrow as well. It's hard to say how good Moonglade really is. As a Warcraft 3 player, I obviously really look forward to seeing Moon in action tomorrow. I spoke with a few guys, they all think he's not too great. I think he's going to surprise. And well, I actually thought that Squirtle, also known as Knight, was the better one of the 2 Korean tosses. So yeah, I think tomorrow we're in for a treat. I'm really curious how it goes.
All right, little correction. I did make a mistake. Idra is in the quarterfinal versus the 3rd place finisher from Group B, and then eventually he may end up being in the semi-final with the winner of Group B. Rotti, anything to add? Just the last words?
No, not really. Just had a really good day one. I think it was pretty fun. I mean, casting with Day 9 for the first time. I think my cast with TLO was really funny. Quite some people seem to enjoy it. Yeah, I think we mixed up funny words with serious when we had to be on the same moment. I think it was a very useful cast as well, because we know that the target audience right here doesn't know everything. So we try to mix up like in-depth strategy talk with basic knowledge, and I think we did fairly well in that. And yeah, I feel pretty satisfied.
All right, thank you, Rotti. And I guess everybody who's been sitting on the race fence so far will be cheering for a Protoss to win, so that we can share pictures on the Facebook page of Intel Extreme Masters of how Rotti got himself a Protoss tattoo. Thank you very much.
My life for hour.